Hello and welcome to Bookmas Day 6. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kinds of book content each week, and currently I'm in the middle of doing 12 days of Bookmas where you get a video every other day. And if you are not new here, then welcome back, and if you are new, then hello. If you do enjoy that kind of content and you do enjoy book content, lifestyle content, then please give us a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, please follow my social medias that are linked in the description below. And without further ado, let's just get on with this video because this could be a long one. For this video we are about to go through all of the books on my TBR. Okay, we have chosen to come onto the floor, so if you can see my bed, my washing basket, that is why. I want to see, does this about, I don't know, let me move, I'm just trying. You're gonna see my washing basket, I am very sorry, I do apologise. I've got my coffee here, I have my water here, and we're just gonna go through all the books on my TBR. It's a lot. I did actually unhaul a whole series yesterday, which has made me happy and actually just really more motivated to read again, because I kept seeing it and it was putting me off reading completely, because I kept going, I need to continue that series but I just don't want to read it. So I decided to DNF it and unhaul it, and that is the Shatter Me series. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry to anyone who might think, oh my god, you should definitely read that book. I just wasn't in the mood. So, without any more delay, we're going to get on with all the books on my TBR, because we have a few. We have quite a few, and this could take a while. So like I said, up here there should be a little counter of how many books there is, but if not, I'll do a little count at the end anyway and just go, this is how many there is. But let's get on with it. So first of all, we're going to go with the three at the top that are not actually in because I can't fit them anywhere, and the first one is My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. Yeah, Shen. This book, I'm not going to actually talk about the books because there's no point. We've got this one and we'll be here all day. We've got My Dark Desire by also Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. We then have The Striker by one of my favourite authors, Anna Huang. I absolutely love her writing, so I don't think I can go wrong with another book. It's just, why is it so chunky? I want to know. The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. And then we've got The X's and O's by Amy Lee. I need to get the first book in this series because they're even doing the interconnected standalones. I've got the last two, but not the first one. We have Time of My Life by Rosie Mullender, A Wish for Us by Tilly Cole. We then have Enemies to Lovers by Amelia Jones, and then we have The Cornish Hideaway by Jennifer Bibby. Then we've got The Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maher. And then we've got Serpents of Wings and Night by Clarissa Broadbent. Then we have Collided and Wrecked by Lauren Asher. And then we have Legendary and Finale by Stephanie Garber. Ow. And then on the back of here, The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary and Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. This has been on my TBR cart since 2020. So, not even a cart, but I've had it since 2020. So it needs to get too soon because I'm never going to read it. Songs in Ursa Major by Emma Brody and Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have The Plus One by Maisie Eddings. I got gifted this book. I don't think I've got the gift receipt. No. I don't know why I don't have the gift note, but I know I got gifted it by someone. But yeah, I've got The Plus One by Maisie Eddings. And then I got Bloodstream by Emily Carter. Breakaway and Stealing Hope by Grace Riley. Then we have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. This was bought in the Fourth Wing hype and everyone was talking about this book. Who knows when I'll get to it. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. We have Promises We Meant to Keep by Monica Murphy and I'll Always Be With You by Monica Murphy. Yeah, I still need to read the first one. We have Addicted After All by Krista and Becca Ritchie. We have Fuel the Fire by Krista and Becca Ritchie. We have Long Way Down, but I nearly said Long Way Home. Long Way Down by Krista and Becca Ritchie. And then we have Some Kind of Perfect by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I have got a story about one of them and I'll tell you in a second. We have The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I loved the first book in the series, so excited to get to the rest of them. Dustin's just not a fan of me. And then we have The Friend Zone by Amelia. This is technically a book I've already read. So technically, I don't know why it's on my TBR cart, but I have it on my TBR cart because I do want to read it, like physically, because I only listen to the audiobook, but who knows if I'll ever read it physically. So, but I've already read it, so I can read it. It's not really to be read, but it's on there. And then we have 3 Christina Lauren books. We've got Roomies, which I picked up because someone wants to be on Broadway, and I was like, oh my god, that's like something I love. Anyway, and then we've got My Favourite Half Night Stand, and then we've got Something Wilder as well. As Seen on TV by Meredith Shaw. Look how cute that cover is. We then also have The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I've been meaning to read this for so long, and I had ideas for when I was going to read it, and I just haven't done the video that I plan to read it in. And so potentially 2025. Love Me Do by Lindsay Kelk. Look how cute. And then How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwang, who is the playwright of the Emily Henry books going into films, which I thought I found really cool. And actually Emily Henry is at the top. I'll read anything she writes, an absolute star, and I think that's just iconic considering. And then we have a couple of Lucy Score books. We have Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. I love this cover. I love like just the dog, and I like the length of this Lucy Score book because every other Lucy Score book there is like bajillion pages long. A bit of an exaggeration, but they're super long. And then I have Forever and Ever by Lucy Score. Like, this one is super long, but this cover is gorgeous. So, and then we have A Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I'm kind of scared of this book because I read Love on a Brain last year and just did not like it. I gave it 2 stars. It's very rare that you'll see me give a book 2 stars, so I didn't like it. So I'm hoping I feel different about this book. And then I have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. Like I said earlier, she's an auto-buy author for me. I love her writing and love her books, so I cannot wait to get to this one after the next one that I need to read. And then we have 3 books from the Briar series. We've got The Risk by Elle Kennedy, The Play by Elle Kennedy, and The Dare by Elle Kennedy. We have Escape to Lilac Well by Sarah Morgan. And this was a birthday present from my cousin, which is really cute. And then we have Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I'm so scared to read this because Normal People is one of my favourite books. I absolutely love that book. I love it so much. And I honestly would do anything to read it again. But I did not like Conversations with Friends. I absolutely hated that book. So I'm so scared for this book. So I'm like, what if I don't like this one as much as I liked Normal People? Okay, so now we have this cut. This cut is my most anticipated reads book. So the ones I usually pick for my TBR from. And then once I've read a book off here, I'll move it from this side up to that. If that makes sense. I know it sounds a bit like pointless having 2 TBR cards, but I want one for my most anticipated reads and then one which is not my most anticipated reads. In my head it makes sense because if I had a bookshelf, the books that I don't like, a proper good bookshelf, the books that I haven't read that I'm not like these ones would be on a bookshelf, and I just have 1 TBR card. Unfortunately I don't have room in my room for a bookshelf, so we have this cart. We also have a few that don't fit on there at the moment, so we're going to show them. Start here. So we've got When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I recently got this book from Sainsbury's and I'm like obsessed with the cover, and I'm so scared to read it because I've had so many different reviews and I'm like, I don't. But I'm excited and I like the writing is big. The writing is big. We then have Unsteady by Peyton Corrine, The Catch by Amy Lee, which is the 3rd book in the Influencer series, which are interconnected standalones. X's and O's is the 2nd book, and there's Set on You, which I need to get. I either need to get it on Kindle or need to buy the actual book before I even start this series, because otherwise. Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the 3rd book in the Maple Hill series, and I wasn't a massive fan of Icebreaker, but I loved Wildfire so much. Like, it's one of my favourite books I've read this year. I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited for this one because It's giving me the vibes I like. We have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, the second book in the Rose Hill series. I don't know how excited I am for this one because I've heard mixed reviews again for this one. I wouldn't say I loved Wild Love. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. But I'm excited. We then got First Down by Grace Riley, and then we've got the first book in the Bayou series, which is The Chase by Elle Kennedy. We then have Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I know, very strange is the reason I haven't read this book yet, considering I loved Love Redesigned, but I'm so scared for this book. The amount of reviews I've watched of my favourite booktubers reading this book and going, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not sure I'm prepared, because I loved the first book. Love Redesigned was technically my first 5-star read of the year. It wasn't, because actually it wasn't being, it was technically the second, because I read Reckless and gave that 5 stars, but technically it was one of the first few 5-star books I read this year, and I was like, this is a 6-star read. This book I was really worried to not like, so that's why I haven't got to it yet. And then we've got Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford. This is the third book in the Windy City series. This is the next one I need to read. I've read the first two and I've loved them. So this one I'll get to soon. And it is majorly shorter than the last 2 books, which makes me happy. But it's not even that bit shorter, but it looks shorter than the other 2. And then we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is the only Abby Jimenez book left on my TBR, left on my shelf, apart from that Friend Zone one, which I've already read. Left to read, which is kind of crazy to think that I've only got one more Abby Jimenez book technically to read. I feel like I've got Life's Too Short I need to get, but on my TBR this is the only one I've got left to read, which is actually crazy. And then we have Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is the first book in, I don't know what the series is called, but I know there's 4 books in this series so far, and I have not read this yet. Thrive by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 6th book in the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series. This one I'm so scared to read because it's in Lily and Lo's point of view. It's their story, but it's kind of like their story in the of their kind of experience throughout Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower. Now, Hot House Flower is one of my favourite books I read this year. I loved Daisy and Mike. I loved their story. I loved that book. I just didn't want to put it down. I was obsessed. Now, there's stuff that is mentioned in that book that I don't remember seeing in Kiss the Sky for Lo. So, I have a feeling we're going to see it in this book, but I've not heard great things about this one because it's kind of, I feel like you're getting the events that have already happened, but in Lily and Lo's point of view, and it's kind of like, do I really want to? So, I need to get to it soon. A bit scared too. And then we have The Assassin's Blade. This is the 3rd book, but it's like the prequel book in the Throne of Glass series, and I know there's like all different ways you can read it, and some people say you should read it first, some people say you should read it 3rd, some people say you should read it 4th. I've just got a publication order in the end, and I'm excited to get to it. I'm a little bit nervous, I won't lie to you, because this series I'm scared it's going to take over my life, so I'm reading it slowly, so I just take my time. I've read the first 2 and I've loved them. So we have 3 hardback books, and we all know I don't like hardbacks, so obviously I've got 4 hardback books to read. Nightmare. We have Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. I bought this because I love her YouTube channel, and I was like, I need to get this book, and the synopsis sounds really cool. So yeah, and look how gorgeous this cover is. And then we have a book that I really need to read. This is on my 24 books of 2024, so I need to read it soon because we've only got like, when I'm filming it, I need to read it soon because we've got like 2 months left. But it's Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And then we have a book that I'm so excited for that I need to read soon. Like, I keep putting it off and I'm like, nope, you need to read it soon. And that is Throne of the Fallen by Kerry Maniscalco. We got After I Do My Change I Can Read, again another one by her. Like, I'm trying to read her backlog. I know she's got a new book coming out soon. I love well, I don't know. I mean, I do love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. I loved One True Loves. I loved Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I can't tell you how much I love Daisy Jones and the Six. That book is one of my all-time favourite books in the world, and I know if I reread it again this year. Then have Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I read The Bodyguard recently. loved it. Like, loved it. So excited to get to this one. I actually but my friend started reading it, and she's not a reader, and she's enjoying it so far. So as in Bodyguard, so that makes me so happy. But yeah, I'm so excited to get to this one. And then we have The 7-Year Slip. This was gifted to me by Ella Rose Reads, which I still can't believe. I said it in my book haul. I said it in the weekly vlog when I got it. I just can't actually quite believe that Ella Rose Reads has sent me a book. Like, what the actual hell? And I know that means that's like so small, but she's just one of my favourite booktubers. I don't miss an upload. Like, if I'm out, I try my hardest to watch that video. So we then have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm so scared, like so scared to get to this book. I just don't know how much I'm going to like it. I was meant to read it this year and I never did, and I'm kind of glad I didn't read it when I was going to read it, because I was not in the mood for it, but I'm scared. This is by Holly Jackson, if you didn't know. And then we have 2 Anna Huang books. One of them I'm excited for, one of them I'm extremely nervous for, because I've heard not great reviews about it, and it's like, well, I think it's one of her first series before, I think it was before the Twisted series. So yeah, we got If We Ever Meet Again. This is the first book in the If Love series. So this is the one I'm scared about, because I know Ella Rose Reads read it and she did not like it, and she enjoyed the Twisted series, so this makes me scared, but I'll get to it at some point. And then we have King of Greed, which is the 3rd book in the King of Sin series, and when I tell you, the series is like my favourite. I've loved the first 2 books. The second one got a 5 stars. None of the Twisted series books got 5 stars. They all got like 4.5, 4.25 stars. 4.75 stars, but never got 5 stars. So I'm like loving the series, and I cannot wait to get to this book, because I need to. We then have the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I am going to make a point here. In a video coming up, I will be reading this book and another book I'm about to show you, so they are not going to be on my TBR for much longer. However, whilst I'm filming this, they are on my TBR, so you're going to have to see them. So we've got Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and actually, to be fair, when I take this one off, I'm just going to put, not Deathly Hallows, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So when I finish this one, take this off the TBR card, I am going to be putting the Deathly Hallows on there. So there is a Harry Potter book in the series, and the same with the next book is going to be on the TBR card. So the reality is, either way, one of these books will be on there. But it's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It's the 6th book in the Harry Potter series. It's the next one I need to read to actually. Fun fact: I love the Harry Potter films. Until now, I have never read any of the books apart from the first 2. When I was younger, I only read the first 2 and I never read any of the other ones. I had them all, never read them. So now I'm finally reading them and I'm loving them. So I need to read the 6th one, which is Blood Prince. And then we've got The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I said this earlier, I absolutely loved The Inheritance Games. So I cannot wait to get to this book, but I'm also kind of scared. I'm hoping the chapters are as short, they look as short as they were in the first one, which makes me so happy. Who is messaging me? Sorry, is this only because she's... Oh, probably just finished Gilmore Girls. And then we got Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This book is... it's been making its rounds. I'm scared. I don't know why I'm scared. I just think it's because it's a book that I want to read because it looks cute and cosy, but I'm scared to read. We then have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I really want to read this because Alexa Ray literally loves this book. I will be honest with you, I got this as a Secret Santa present last year. And I'm really want to read it, but I'm extremely nervous. And then we've got Things I Didn't Say, Things I Wanted to Say but Never Did. This is the first book in the Lancaster Prep series by Monica Murphy. And the other ones, the ones I showed you earlier. And it is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Look, it's very fall vibes, not winter vibes, but I'll probably end up reading it in summer. And I say fall, I live in England, it's very autumn vibes. By Kate Goldbeck. And then we got The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. Again, something I need to read before winter starts, right? We have The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. This is a book I really want to get to. I don't really have any purpose of... I mean, they're all I want to get to. I don't know why I'm saying that. But The X-Files. We then have A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And then we've got All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith? Not the actress who was Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter wrote this. No, Maggie Knox. Am I okay? Can't believe I just said Maggie Smith wrote that. I mean, iconic if so, but we then have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Wolfer. Again, this is a book that I should have read in summer, but I never got to. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm still not sure if I want to get to, so it's a very much like, I don't know if I'm gonna unhaul it or not. That's gonna be a new year look. When I do my unhaul for the new year, I'll make a decision if I want to keep it or not. And then we have Off to the I thought I just saw a spider, that's not what I wanted to see. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in the Gold Rush Ranch series, which has recently been redesigned and republished. So we then have 2 more Lucy Score books because apparently I can't continue a series and read it. We have Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. This is a final book in a Knock 'Em Out series. I haven't read it yet. I've read the first 2 last year and then I kind of just haven't gone back to it. Haven't had that thought of wanting to go back to it, especially when a lot of people didn't like this one, because a lot of things you're led to believe about Sloane and Lucian in the other 2 books, you don't really see much of them in this one apparently, or like their relationship, so it's like I don't actually want to then read it. Like, I'm like keen to just go, yeah, I'm gonna read it, so I'll get to it eventually. And then we have By a Thread by Lucy Score, which I want to read because it's everyone's, like, it's not everyone's, but like Sarah Caroli, Destiny, all both rated it 5 stars, so I really want to get to it. We then have a novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This is another book I've got 2 books of hers on my shelf. I've never read her book. I've never read an Ashley Poston book in my life, so I'm not sure, but I've heard people mixed reviews on this book, so I'm a little bit concerned, nervous is more the word, but excited to get to it out of the way. And then we have The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hildebrand. I actually cannot wait to get to this book, but I'm also quite nervous. So we have Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I really want to read this so bad, and I've been meaning to read it for so long since I bought it, but I haven't. But because it's based in London and a girl coming to uni in London makes me want to read it even more. So, and then we have The Graham Effect, which is the book basically based on Garrett Graham's daughter Gigi from The Deal in the Off-Campus series. So yeah, need to read that as well. A lot of Elle Kennedy on this TBR card. I'm going to quickly count this and then I'll come back to you. So I've just counted all the books. After counting all that, we have 92 books. 92 books on these 2 TBR cards, which I know is not like that insane compared to some people's bookshelves and books and their TBRs, but it's a lot of books, and like I still want to buy more, and I'm going to be asking for some for Christmas. Like, I need to get this down. I need to get this down, guys. But anyway, that is the end of all the books on my TBR. All the books on my TBR. So if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please make sure you are subscribed for the rest of Bookmas, because we've got some exciting videos coming up. And without further ado, I'll see you again in 2 days' time for the next Bookmas video.